Okay, to implement this, in Swift, actually design pattern, bridge design. Okay, so for implementing bridge design pattern with Swift, first of all, we need to look deeply on this class diagram that we have from this design pattern in gang of 4 design pattern book. So here, as again, I'm going to briefly review it and then we're going to jump to implement it. So we have a class of abstraction. We have an interface or protocol of implementation. We're gonna write several concrete for our implementation, and then in abstraction we create a private property from this implementation inside here. So kind of dependency injection from this, and this means that it's contain this. When I have this, I can pass each of this concrete that I like to abstraction and then use it in my future functions. Also, I can extend my future function here, and then from client I'm gonna create this and use it. Okay, so let's go to Xcode and start to code. So first of all, I start from my class. This class name, I name it Abstraction, no superclass. Then for implementation, so first of all I said I create file private variable and I name it implementation. So this should be from type of what type we want to be. I come here and say I write a protocol and I name this protocol implementation. So this type gonna be implementation. Okay, so let's do implementation and then come back to to write down first of file private. So in my implementation protocol, I create a function. I say this function is operation implementation. So this function which return a string. Okay, and now I write concretes for this. So the first concrete gonna be class concrete implementation and type of implementation. So the first concrete, I say okay, so when I do this, what happened? I want to conform this by this protocol. Here say you need to have a function in there. Okay, do it for me. So it's create that function for you here. So I'm gonna write my function here, and this function implementation here for the concrete implementation. Actually, I named this complete implementation A. Gonna be I want to return. Okay, so I just write a return concrete implementation A and say here is the results on the platform A. Okay, and I write so it's gonna be concrete implementation A. So it's gonna be concrete implementation for platform A. Okay. So let me copy of this. You will see how good and handy it's gonna be. So for platform B, it's gonna be concrete implementation B, and this gonna be B. Okay, and it can be anything else. Okay, so now here I come back to my I wrote my my implementation. Let me go to here and see. Yes, I wrote this part and this implementation, and you will see these are all conform to this. Actually, now you start to get familiar with this signs in your class diagram, and you will see our usually our protocol, we name it as an interface in our class diagram name, and here method sitting here. If you have a property, it's gonna be here as well, but concrete's gonna be like this. Okay, so let's go back and do the rest. Okay, so now I want to implement my abstraction. So here I wrote this. Now I need to write my init. So my init, not this, my init gonna be broadcast implementation from type of, yeah, I should have put function here. So from type of implementation. Okay, so in this init, what I say, I just say self dot implementation equal implementation. So I just say this property, actually this implementation, which is this self, gonna be equal my my class, and this is only available internally. Actually, file private, I can say make it even private as well. Okay, so now here I write a function. This function I name it operation. No parameter, return string. So inside I say, okay, let's operation equal implementation dot operation implementation. What is this? It's this one, okay? And what I want to return, I just return a string. So this string gonna be abstraction base operation with what? With slash n, and here I can put plus here and write my operation, but I want to write it down here, so backslash then here I put my operation. It should be backslash. I believe, yeah. So operation. So this is gonna be result of this function. Okay. So now I have this part. Let's go back here. So I have this part as well. So I I wrote this feature number 1. So let me write an extension for that. This part as well. So I go back here, and here I just say, okay, I create a class. I name this class extended abstraction, and here abstraction. Okay, and here what I do. So I write the extension, and in this extension I just say override my function. So this function operation, which return a string, overwrite it for me with what? So I just say, okay, let operation equal implementation dot operation, and just return, I'm gonna return different. So here I'm gonna return same as this, except I make it extend abstraction base operation. Actually I name it extended operation with backslash n. Yeah, so this is gonna be my extraction as well. No initializer. So what is this? Well, instead is not, doesn't have a no initializer. Okay, we're gonna take it you know, in implementation situation and see if it's work over there or not. Okay, so let me write the client as well. So let's go back here. We done this, we done this, we done control and this. So we have all of this. Now we want to use this. So we need a client class. Okay, and this class by the name of client. Okay, no superclass. So in this class, I'm just writing a static function, and by the name of some client code abstraction from type of abstraction. Okay, and this function return nothing. What to do? Just print for me. So print for me my abstraction, not this one, this abstraction dot operation. So now easily I can call this and test it. So just let me fix with this. So it said class abstraction doesn't have initializer. I have initializer. I can't understand. So file private implementation init. Oh my god, yes, so here we don't need function, and this is gonna be like this. Yeah, that's why. See why it's make me to, yeah. So now we'll fix this part as well. So this is our constructor, and you will see I inject implementation inside here with this, and then I call it in my init. So this is a method of injection named init injection or constructor injection, and I use it in my function. So when I want to call abstraction, I need to mention what is this abstraction. Okay, so now I have all of this ready. I'm gonna take it to one playground. I can run it in you know, my Xcode playground as well, but my Xcode it's when I go to playground gonna be very slow, so I brought it here in one lead code, and I put all of this here. So far no problem, actually no yeah, code. Okay, So here I'm gonna start to using this. So what I do, I just say okay, let's implementation equal concrete concrete implement. Let me bring it from here. Yeah. Concrete implementation B. Okay, so my implementation, let me say A. Okay, and here I just say okay, clients. Client dot some clients code. Here pass for me abstraction with implementation with this guy. I make a copy of this, and I for another implementation I say implementation B, for example. Yeah, implementation B, concrete implementation B for me, and here I'm gonna pass implementation B. Okay, so what I did, I'm gonna run this. Let's see if it's work or not. Yes, here we go. So hello, which is desktop here. Let me put one \n. So abstraction based operation with concrete implementation A. Here is this. So this guy called, but this one I got again A as well, which is not correct, I believe. You know what? Yes, in my implementation, yeah, here you go. I made mistake. B. Yeah, here you go. So let me save this. Clear. Oh my. Yeah. And run. Here you go. So first one gonna do concrete implementation A, and second one gonna do concrete implementation B. So yeah, this is implementation for you know, each design pattern. So let me go here. I made this concrete extensions, and I use client to call it.